Hey everybody, welcome. I got the very eccentric Mercer with me, and I'm just some weird ass gorilla. So today I thought we'd talk about the Borg. Oh, yeah, forget that every single time. Yeah, so I got the. So I thought we'd talk about some of our Borg origin stories, or talk about the Borg in general. It's an open panel. If anybody wants to come up, they can. Links in the chat. Here, I'll make sure to set it as a. I'll pin it. All right. Hey, Mercer, have you ever read the Destiny series?
The what?
The Destiny series?
No.
Oh, you got to read them. They have like the best, in my opinion. They got the best Borg origin story. They're I don't know if you'd want spoilers or not.
It's okay. You can spoil it. I don't read much.
Uh,
Yeah, you can spoil it. I'll probably forget if I ever do read it, so you can spoil it.
Oh, so you remember the Columbia with Erica Hernandez, don't you?
Oh yes.
But anyhow, they get ambushed by some Romulans as they're protecting some convoy there. They end up damaging their warp engines, and they're trying to limp back to Earth, but they're like 12 years away from. They're at that rate they'd be like it'd take them hundreds of years to get back to Earth. That impulse there. So, but they end up at this planet that's home to this race called the Sealer that are really advanced. But along, hey there, John DeMarco, you're there.
Is that the?
Pretty good
Is that a
you had
desert
today.
planet? Is that a
What?
desert planet?
No, it's not desert planets, but it's really they're like advanced, like the Iconians advanced. And what happens is there's a catastrophe on the planet where all their cities had to take off because they're like city ships and all that. Well, one of their city ships ends up going through a vortex there and lands on a planet in the Delta Quadrant, on an inhospitable island there that's pretty much in the Arctic there. And the seals are slowly dying, and eventually there's only one left, and he ends up basically attacking the crew of some of the Makos there, and then the joins him there to preserve his life force there, and that's how the Borg actually originate. That's how they go. We are the cyborgs now, or then it turned into we are Borg. And then a couple of people came to invest during the springtime. There's a group of islanders there that came to investigate the crash landing there, and they get assimilated, and that's how the whole Borg species started.
That's pretty cool. I don't know if that's canon or not, but that sounds
Yeah, it's
pretty
not
cool.
canon, but it's still a great story. Hey there, Thomas.
It's a good
Hey,
story, but I
I found
prefer.
your gift. Yeah, just a sec. Hey, Thomas, I found your gift in Minecraft. Thank you very much. I wasn't expecting that. I really like the look of those doors. Also, I didn't know I had to put torches in the center of the thing there. And Thomas also says, "My thoughts on the Borg are that they are more liable than a few YouTubers. Not saying any names. Yeah, I know. I was a few minutes late, and I don't stream every day. I'd say I'm going to stream.
It's my fault.
Ah, no, I'm always late because I always forget to send out notifications and
I don't
stuff.
actually like being in streams all that much.
I don't know. Oh, I just
Just
like to hang out and have
uh,
fun and talk to people. The only rule I have is just don't get my channel banned. And if you do, at least make it memorable so I can laugh at it. That's where Indy
you need
got
a cool
the
background.
what?
You need a cool background.
Yeah, I gotta figure it out. I
Picture
haven't
of the
learned all
Borg
this.
as your background for this stream.
Yeah, I haven't learned all the tricks in that to
Well, just
the.
ask Salty. Salty knows all.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Dan Thomas
Salty,
says,
salty is salty.
Oh, there were creepers inside your home, so it needed doors and more lights. Oh yeah, I always. Well, so Thomas, what I do is I
I
get the
bet you,
creepers to do my mining for me.
I bet you the Borg and the Kalon are related.
Oh, he's talking about people who stream on Friday night watching watching movies. Hey, Resolute Germ, and if anybody wants to come up, they're more than welcome to. But I never really ever got attached to that V'ger one. Di- how do you feel about the V'ger theory?
I personally think that their origins are better left unknown at all. That it's not connected with anything to do with Earth in any way.
You don't.
Yeah, I prefer them to be alien, like literally out there in the Delta Quadrant or wherever they're from, and that's where they originated. That's what I prefer.
Yeah. Well, everybody wants that human connection. And in Star Trek Destiny, they do give you that human connection.
It's
But
like in Star Wars, and everything is related to the Skywalker. Someone's like, yeah, that's cool for a while, but after a while, I just want something new.
yeah,
That's my opinion, though. I mean, I'm not saying your opinion is bad or anything.
I
I'm
don't
just
know.
giving you
No, no,
that.
I never really understood the connection to the V'ger thing here. And according to Resolute Germ, the V'ger theory was stupid and should never have put that in the game. In that game, are you talking about Star Trek Online, or is there another one that you're talking about? Because I don't remember seeing a V'ger thing in Star Trek Online. uh, according to Thomas, Bill Gates made the Borg. No, Thomas, you're thinking of Mark Zuckerberg with the metaverse. That's what you're thinking of. And John DeMarco agrees with me. He doesn't think the V'ger theory works.
How would the Borg assimilate John DeMarco with that fabulous beard?
The great beard John's gonna save him.
Yeah, how would they get through that beard, and what would he look like? What would he? I'd like to see artwork of John DeMarco as a simulated drone.
Uh,
That would be
give it,
really fun.
give me about a month. I could probably make something else.
You know
Oh,
that.
isn't one of the console games
Do
years
they?
back?
Do the Borg shave your hair before they turn you into a drone?
Yeah. His beard's the last line of defense. No, no, but you think that during Enterprise they will have made some kind of log that Omicron radiation would have fixed or would have been the cure to the nanites and the Borg. You think someone would have documented that? But another thing I like in the Destiny books. Do you remember the Omega episode in Voyage? Oh wait, you weren't part of Voyager. There, you didn't like Voyager, did you?
No, I don't remember that
There,
episode. There's only a few Voyager episodes I remember, and they're like random episodes, so I don't remember that one.
oh, just a sec. Thomas thinks the Borg were a species that went overboard with technology. And okay, Star Trek. Hey, I think I actually own that one. I never played it because I got pissed off in the first 5 minutes. I quit playing, but that's a different song. Uh, no, but there's this thing called an omega molecule that if it destabilizes, it can explode and wreck subspace there for up to 5 light years. A single molecule can so the so the so Starfleet has something called the Omega Directive, where if any of the ships detect the Omega molecule, the ships automatically go into lockdown, and they gotta go and destroy that molecule. It throws out the prime directive. Hey Norman, or I mean Indy. How about you come on up there? But anyhow, with the Omega, there the whole species was actually the whole Borg species or the auxiliar species. Each one of their cities is actually ran on a big, huge thing of Omega that they managed to keep stabilized, even though it's an unstable element.
Yeah, I I like that. You know, it's kind of like to me reminds me of the anytime they try to retcon Section 31 into old stories. Sometimes it works, sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it doesn't.
I don't know. He made sure to said it. This was before Picard and Discovery when he wrote the books. As like back in 2008, I believe. So everything he said, everything 6 years after the episode Nemesis, and then he made it into a big old. There's also a big old Borg invasion in there too. I don't know. I find it very, very interesting there, and they're really good books. David Mack did a great job on them. Of course, I haven't read too many Star Trek books to know, but I'd say David Mack and Peter David are two of the better authors. But of course, I haven't read many of the Star Trek books. I may own a bunch, but I haven't read a bunch of them yet. So, have you've watched the first episode of the Picard series, haven't you? The second season.
Me, I think I watched 3 episodes in the new season.
Okay, yeah. There's only three. Evening there, Indy.
Hey, how's it going, girl?
Good. Hey, so I see you've reached your goal there in one day.
Oh my gosh, I just checked. I'm up to 350.
You're welcome.
350 views.
What goal did you have, Indy?
200 views on in Star Trek is Impulse and FTL Drive.
Yeah, I shared it to like six groups on Facebook that I'm in. Even though one of them was only supposed to be for crap posting memes
What's it
and
called? It's called Impulse what?
In Star Trek is Impulse and FTL Drive.
Let's see if I can find it. Is Impulse.
Yeah. I shot way past the 200 mark in a day. I was at like 185 views, which I was amazed at anyway.
I think I found it. This is an old video. I remember seeing this, but I was subscribed, but I just subscribed again.
Yeah, I started a big old discussion there in the Facebook groups, but I could tell a couple of the people didn't even watch the video when they're sitting there starting to start an argument.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
some people will do that. You know, they'll start an argument without first watching anything.
Yeah. Hey, Professor, how about you come up and explain that to me? Explain your theory there. That'd be really interesting theory on how the Tholians created the Borg. Yeah, but I shared that video to a few groups there, and it just took a bunch of people that watched it to see what it was about.
Yeah,
I did the same with one of John's videos there with the one he did today. There, it got removed from one of the groups, and they gave me a warning if I did that again, if I posted anything that related to Star Trek online, that they'd kick me out of the group. But
wow.
Hey, but it probably got a few views for John before they took it down.
Yeah, I really appreciate everybody's help.
Yeah, and I'll do the same for Question of Trek here. If I can get do it like a day ahead of time, you could probably get a good bunch of people watching that. But the video's got to be Star Trek related in order to do the thing. I've just joined a bunch of history groups, so I'm gonna share today's history with R&R to see if I can get people to come in.
Yeah. So yeah, Professor Brain Specs, come on up. I want to hear this.
Go.
Tholian.
Yeah, because he's saying it's obvious, and it's just the way it is.
It is just the way it is.
Yeah.
Did
have you read this? Yeah, but have you read the Destiny series?
Which one is that?
That's the one with It kind of bounces between a couple different timelines there, and then it has the Titan, the Enterprise E, the Avatine, and the Columbia all in it.
No, I haven't read those.
Oh, they have a really good Borg origin story in there.
Yeah,
it's one of the ones that got me into reading Star Trek books from one of my coworkers. That's the first one he recommended.
I've read very few Star Trek books, but there are some that are really good.
Yeah.
Stitch in Time by Andrew Robertson.
Yeah. Oh, Professor, you're not being salty, but
no, only salty can be salty.
Oh, yeah.
Have you read Stitch in Time by Andrew Robertson?
No, I have not.
Andrew Robertson is the guy that plays Garrick, and this book is basically written by Garrick. So the voice, the way it's written, sounds just like Garrick would talk.
That's pretty cool.
It's a great book. It takes place mainly after the series ends, but there are scenes that take place during the series and before the series.
Right.
It jumps around a bit, and it's almost like it really gives you more insight into Cardassian culture than you could imagine. To get a paperback of the book will probably cost you about $150 at least, because it's very very valuable. It's out of print, but you can always get it on Kindle.
Yeah,
it's a very good book, which is why it's worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay. According to Thomas, the Federation made the Borg because the Federation is evil. And I think John DeMarco gets where Professor Brainspecs is getting at, where he says, well, the Tholians are known for trapping ships in their webs, not unlike how Borg capture people for assimilation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beginning to sound like there's connections. The one book I've read that's TNG era is the one about the Doomsday device and Picard having to chase it down and destroy it because it's an anti-Borg weapon.
Yeah. Professor says, I can't be like Salty. I'm not presenting a wild theory and remaining steadfast about the wild theory. I won't give an inch.
Well, I'm being a little steadfast myself right now. I've got somebody talking to me about my video and saying how wrong I am in it. I'm like, oh no, I presented a pretty logical case.
Did you guys see that time that Salty was confronted about his opinion about Scotty, and it was a big argument? It was like last week or something when they were talking about Scotty on his live stream.
Oh, was that with Darius?
It was with I don't remember who it was with, but the guy was basically offended that he thought that Salty thought that Ronald D. Moore didn't understand how to write Scotty at all.
Yeah. Oh, because of
we're talking about relics.
Yeah, I think he's got a point.
Yeah, that was with Darius. Yeah, I remember that.
He might have a point, but he couldn't demonstrate it. He had no valid arguments. He might have a point, but he didn't have any valid arguments during the debate. That's the whole point of the debate, is to bring a valid point.
Yeah. But Scotty didn't engage in all the technobabble in TOS. I think that's where he's coming from. A lot of it comes from.
A lot of it was necessary to the story. They also never had Scotty as the center of the story before. So, of course, you're going to give him more dialogue than normal.
Yeah, Professor, I think you're right there. It was Darren there. And according to John, he thinks Salty is wrong on relics. I think Scotty wasn't. Yeah, it was a little bit out of character, but it's kind of expected when you do a cross series like that. When you do a cross series episode.
My point is that Salty has been so complacent with his opinions that he doesn't really usually have arguments that he thinks he has, and he doesn't really consider what others are saying to him. I'm not saying he's right or wrong. I'm saying that he has this kind of attitude now that is basically like, I'm right, and I'm just going to sit back in my chair and continue to be right.
Okay. We all get that way on some things.
Yeah.
Scotty has been, I wouldn't say he's been the center of certain stories, Professor, but he has been prominently displayed in many TOS episodes. And also in Star Trek III, The Search for Spock, he played a huge role in that movie.
He might have played a huge role, but he didn't have pages of dialogue. He had more dialogue in Relics than he probably did for an entire season of TOS, regardless of how important the character was.
Yeah, no, I agree, Mercer. You got a good point. He doesn't get a lot of dialogue until Relics because, he is the center of attention. What surprised me about Relics, though, was Riker should have been more engaged in Scotty's story. I think because Riker would have been really fascinated by Mr. Scott, and
I think Geordi would have been more fascinated than Riker
they
would
picked Geordi, and there's nothing wrong with picking. They got to pick one guy, basically. Geordi is fine.
Yeah,
but Geordi is forced to work with Scotty. It's like Picard calls him in and says, "I'm not ordering you to, but yes, I am."
But I will say the one thing I do agree with Salty on it though is the one time you need Counselor Troy, and where the hell is she?
That is so true. That is so true. It's painful.
Like in any episode at all where they could actually use her, and she's nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, exactly. You know what, Professor? I am thinking of one episode where Scotty is the center of attention. There is that one episode.
In the fall. Yeah. Maybe Scotty
Zitar too. Yeah. Wolf in the Fold is fun. Yeah, played some Zitar.
Maybe Scotty is actually Bruce Wayne.
Say that again, Mercer.
Maybe he's actually Bruce Wayne.
Oh yeah.
No, I've always thought that.
Sure. Well, you never see him and Batman in the same room.
Exactly. I mean, seriously, you never know. Like, it's a perfect cover.
Oh. So, which one is your guys' favorite Borg episode, though?
Q-Who.
Q-Who? That's a really good one.
Let me think about that one.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what the hell Guinan was doing with her hands, though. It's not like she demonstrated any.
They explained it on the Generations commentary track.
Yeah.
That's what?
They explained it on the Generations commentary track.
Okay.
Who Mourns for Adonis, John, I don't think is a Scotty-centric episode, but he does play, like I say, he does play prominent roles in several episodes.
My favorite Scotty moment from the original series is when he gets called down to sick bay when they're surrounded by Romulans in the Enterprise incident. That's my single favorite Scotty moment when he's like, He's like, first of all, the way he takes the call, and he's like, Scott, it better be important. I'm going down there, but it better be important. And then when he gets down there and he sees why he's called down there, that's great.
Yeah. I'll be right back. You guys entertain the troops.
Hey, you look like the devil himself.
Yeah. That's a great moment. But I also just love the fact that he didn't have a lot of techno babble, but he did feel like he was actually working on the ship. Like the way they'd show him in the Jeffries tube, doing stuff. Or like there was that one episode where he had to break through the door, and he cut out like a big shape in the wall for the panel. It was kind of like a Texas shape, but it just seemed very realistic, despite the fact that this is a cheesy show from the '60s. It felt very real the way they handled that, and I wish TNG did more episodes like that, where you can actually kind of sense the difficulty of doing engineering.
Yeah, I agree. TNG was too easy to get things done. Everything was some sort of a beam or beam projector, and
there was one episode.
There were no tools that actually touched anything anymore.
I remember one episode. It was the episode where they meet up with the biker gangs, or they looked like biker gangs, and they beam down to this planet. And Riker says to Geordi, "Can you fix this?" I don't remember what it was they were trying to fix. And Geordi's like, "Yeah, I can fix it." And he's like, "How long will it take?" And he's like, he just kind of throws his hands up in the air and says, 10 minutes. To me, that felt like the most realistic thing that Geordi's ever done. It just throwing out a number. He knows it won't take long, but they're under fire, and he's got to come up with a number. To me, it just felt like the kind of thing that anybody would say. To me, it felt the most realistic Geordi moment of the whole series. It's called The Vengeance Factor, I think, was the episode.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about with
the biker gangs.
What was her name?
But this is earlier in the episode.
Something like that. But
this is earlier in the episode. I think it's the right episode where he had to fix something. They were under fire, and Riker says to him, "How long will it take?" And he's like, he just throws his hands up in the air and kind of like the way an engineer would do it. He's like 10 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
And I just really thought that was realistic.
Okay, according to Cinnamon here, though, like Kirk is racist. Did you guys know that? He wore Romulan ear, and also Troy. Also, Troy wore Romulan face. Romulan face is the new black face.
They were cosplaying.
And John says, "Take your meds." So welcome, Cinema Bunny. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Stargate or Gap Stargate.
So anyway, I still haven't thought of a good Borg episode that I like.
I don't know. Scorpion, tell this most recent episode here of Picard, or the first episode of Picard there. Scorpion Part 1 had the most butt-puckering moment in all the Borg episodes. When 15 Borg cubes come out of nowhere. This is before Voyager neutered the Borg. Cinnabon says cosplaying for sure. Yeah, but that was like one of the most butt-puckering moments there when you had the 15 Borg cubes come out of nowhere. You just seen a thing that was able to destroy 2 Borg cubes in a single shot.
I still like Q-Who the best when that thing starts slicing into the Enterprise. There'd been nothing like that in Star Trek ever.
Yeah.
Where it just takes a cutting beam and just starts cutting holes in the ship. That was fantastic. Yeah. And also, my favorite shot is when you see Geordi in the foreground, and in the background, the Borg beams in, but the beaming is so subtle that it almost looks like nothing happened. Yeah. It's one of my favorite shots in the whole series.
Well, John says it's Best of Both Worlds is the best one there.
John is wrong, and it's his beard that's right.
Yeah. Oh wait, you're not DJ. I just saw Bunny in this too. I'll tell you what isn't a good Borg show. I haven't seen that one yet, but I heard a lot of hate go for it. There's seen a lot of hate go towards that episode.
Yeah, Picard's pretty terrible. Season 1, just skip it.
I like it. I like aspects of it. There are episodes and moments that I liked, but overall it's a miss. But I think they tried. I think they gave it a good swing, and they can learn from it. You can't learn unless you screw up.
Well, they should have learned a long time ago that interesting stories and good, consistent writing is what brings in the audiences.
Yeah. Well, if I wanted to see a woman smack a man down there, I would have stayed with the ex.
Okay. Oh.
But I will say, in season 1 of Picard, there you could tell Will Wheaton wrote, produced, and directed one scene in that, and that's when the Admiral told Picard to shut the fuck up. that was a total Will Wheaton. He wrote, directed, and produced that whole scene.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I thought the little girl that played the Riker's daughter, she was really good.
Didn't they name it after Troy's sister or something like that?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, yeah.
She was really good. She was very childlike and yet smart.
Yeah,
I don't like season 3 so far. I mean, season 2 so far. The first episode was fine.
Haven't seen the second one.
And the third one was pretty much. I'm more looking forward to the Orville season 3.
Yeah, definitely Orville. Man, I hope they hit that one out of the ballpark and get another couple of seasons out of it at least.
Yeah, well, it's Seth MacFarlane, so yeah, it's probably going to have a good 6 seasons.
It's easy to make. It's easy to make comedy. It's harder to write good science fiction and make a comedy, though.
I think that, despite all the rumors, I think they're going to keep it around just because the show has got like a loyal following and it's got standing sets, so you don't have to it'd be more expensive to actually replace it with another show than to just shoot more episodes on those sets that you already built. You could do whole episodes without any special effects, really, like they did for season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, but India, the problem with the comedy here is good comedy is you got half the audience laughing and half of them going, what the F is wrong with you? And then people want to take the what the F is wrong with you out of comedy.
Yeah.
The best comedy was always the edgy comedy like Richard Pryor and George Carlin.
You always get, you're always got to make fun of something in comedy.
Yeah. Hey, Mercer, Thomas doesn't believe you like the Orville.
Oh, yeah. Tell him I do. Thanks, Thomas. You're the best.
I'm not going to be salty there, get you going like he was getting Kermit all last night.
What happened last night?
Oh, you didn't see that? Oh, man. He was just sitting there throwing words in Kermit's mouth there, and Kermit wasn't just kept it going, and then someone was, I don't know who it was, but someone donated let's see, Disney donated, the KGB donated, MI6 did, CIA did, Homeland Security donated, Alex Kurtzman donated, Kathleen Kennedy donated.
No.
If you haven't seen it, you gotta rewatch last night's stream. It was really funny. I about fell on my chair laughing.
What stream was this?
Salty stream last night.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Oh, it was funny.
He was playing Minecraft. I take it. I saw the video pop up this morning when I woke up. He was doing Minecraft.
I was too drunk.
Yeah, it's playing with Minecraft, and then with like me, Kermit, and there's one other person on the panel. I think it was Daniel was on the panel. Kermit just mentioned something about his brother getting a promotion. Then Salty just kept throwing words in his mouth, and then John and Professor Thomas were all going in the chat, egging it on. It was so funny.
I thought you were playing Star Wars. When I saw the text scroll, I'm like, that must be Star Wars.
Yep, going after some TIE fighters.
Yeah, I can see that they're TIE fighters. And
here we go.
Now that I know they're TIE fighters, I can see that you're in an X-Wing and you're in the
this is an old game from the 80s.
Yeah, seriously. I recognize
I can tell by the graphics.
I love these graphics. I absolutely love these graphics. It's better than any of the new stuff they've come up with.
Yeah, well, they see some of these people. They'll sit there and play all these like advanced games like Battlefield and all that other stuff. And they'll sit there and talk about how good they are. It's like I bet you they'd never make it past the Kansas River and Oregon Trail.
I just destroyed the Death Star, folks.
Yay!
Yeah. Now blow up Endor for us. I want to see Endor blow up.
I'm not good at Return of the Jedi. There's Darth Vader's ship.
Why would you want to see Endor blow up?
I don't know. You have died of dysentery. John knows exactly what I'm God, I missed that game. I should try to find it again. I wonder if Steam has it.
The best video game ever made is Lode Runner.
Roadrunner?
Lode Runner. Lode Runner.
LOAD?
No, LODE for the Commodore 64.
Lode Runner.
For the Commodore 64. First game with a level editor.
What the hell's a level editor?
You can make your own levels.
Okay. That's the only ending to that game. I don't know. I think I beat that game one time. Oregon Trail.
You don't beat Lode Runner.
No, I was talking about Oregon Trail.
Oh, no one beats that game.
No, I've gotten pretty close to beating it.
Dude, I saw this great meme. I'm going to let this go. I saw this really awesome meme where they had a picture from Pitfall from the Atari 2600. He's sliding over the, he's swinging over the lake and there's crocodiles in the lake or whatever. And the meme said, I offered my kid a brand new car if he could complete this game. Oh my God, it's such a great meme because I think a kid would have no luck finishing that game today.
Are you talking about Frogger?
What's that?
Are you talking about Frogger?
No. I'm talking about Pitfall.
Yeah. Bullshit. According to Cinema, bullshit. The Oregon Trail doesn't exist. Someone should do an Oregon Trail play through stream. I'll have to find it and then maybe I'll try it. It's beyond the ice wall, whatever that's supposed to mean. I can see Matthew trying to forge a river and his entire party drowns. Yeah, but he'll survive because he'll be late to cross the river.
Did anyone ever play Impossible Mission?
Nope.
No, I never even heard of it.
That game was fun. That game was fun, man. You go into this elevator and the guy says, "Stay a while, stay forever." Some great old video games. Beachhead 2 was awesome. You could either choose to be the dictator or the force that's trying to usurp the dictator. It was awesome.
I would play pole position. And
I remember that game. Yeah, I bet you're good at Dig Dug.
No, actually, I wasn't. I never got good at that game.
Galaga is awesome.
Oh yeah,
Galaga was
I used
so
to have
fun.
I used to have the 5-pack of what was it? Pac-Man, Galaga, Dig Dug, Pole Racing, and I can't remember the 5th one. But I remember getting to level like 34 on Dig Dug one time.
That's really good.
Yeah, I was a pro at it at one point. Man, I miss that game, but I can't find it anywhere.
Yeah,
Pac-Man is the greatest game that was ever made.
I like Miss Pac-Man better.
Dude, this guy, real quick, somebody posted on Facebook a picture of the Enterprise from the Enterprise show, like a model that he has. I think this picture is so awesome. I gotta share this with you guys. Oh my god!
Cool.
I'm gonna share. How do I share it with you guys? I'll
host the link. Share screen button.
No. I'm gonna host an image of it. You gotta see this. Image host. Hold on one second. You gotta see this. You guys are it's gonna knock your socks off. What's that? Okay, here it is. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna put it in the private chat. Or I'll put it in the private chat. Look at this picture. Look at this picture, man. This guy built this thing. I don't know where he got it because it makes me want it.
All right.
Oh wow, that is something.
Yeah. He put it on his Facebook group I'm in, and I look at it. I'm just like, man, I want that. I think it is the most. It looks. I mean, the only part that looks a little weird is the part in front of the bridge. But I don't know where this came from. Like, how do you find something like this?
Yeah, I'm checking the thing here and make sure it's actually sharing here. So I only have one screen.
Maybe he built it himself. Maybe he 3D printed it.
I don't know, man. I'm waiting for him to respond. But isn't it really cool looking?
Yeah.
He also has lights on it. Some of the other pictures, he has lights on it and shit.
Yeah, that's really impressive.
It almost looks like the model that they might have used. If you want, I can send you a couple of other shots. I have an overhead shot.
Yeah. Oh, John likes it.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
Let me send you an overhead shot.
Okay.
And I'll send you the lighted shot too, but I'll try to do the This takes a second. Yeah, I just had to. I saw this a few minutes ago, and I'm just thinking to myself, I have to share this. I can't hold it in anymore. There's the overhead shot.
Yeah. According to Thomas, he can see Matthew now leaving the place that you start from without dying. You can't leave Independence Rock without dying.
And then.
Wow.
All right.
And then here's the picture of the ship. I think it's the same model, or this one looks a little smaller, but I think it's the same model, but it's lit. I'm gonna see it. Tell me if you think this new picture I'm gonna send is the same model.
Oh, there is a hell of a delay on the thing. And according to John DeMarco, that's probably true.
No, I'm sending the last picture right now.
Okay.
Just give me a second.
Yeah.
Right here it is. It takes me a minute to do it. There is the third picture. This is a lit up where it's lit up. But I'm trying to figure out if it's the same model or if it's a different model. It looks a little smaller to me.
It looks smaller, I think, because of the angle of the camera.
Yeah, I can't tell.
And he might have moved it to a bigger table.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different background, so you change. It's probably the same size, just it's farther away, different table, and not such a close up background.
Yeah.
Either way, this thing is bad. I have another picture here.
That is badass.
Someone took the time and money to make that thing.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if he bought it somewhere because it looks like something you buy because of the insignia on the bottom. You know, that's what starts me thinking that he bought it or something.
Yeah, it gets you wondering about that.
It's really cool. Like this guy JP who does the Orville show, he has an Orville model that is the same size, and I'm dying to know where he got it, but I heard it was custom made. I just sent another picture. Yeah, but JP in the background of some of his videos, you could see like a 2 foot long Orville, and it looks so awesome.
Yeah, JP's hooked up a little bit there with the Orville show. He's been out there.
Yeah.
He's met the
But he's
cast.
had this model for a while. It's in the background of some of his older videos.
Yeah.
But look at that. It looks so good.
The
only part that seems a little bit odd is the part right in front of the bridge. That seems a little bit odd, but I have to look at a picture to make sure. But otherwise, it looks great.
I mean, yeah, I really like this. The detail is amazing.
So why does it look odd to you?
I don't know, just the part in front of the bridge, like it's a little rough around the middle part, you know. Like you can see the lines are not too straight.
That could just be the picture shaking a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, it still looks great. I'm just saying, if I had to find a flaw with it, the part in front of the bridge looks a little bit odd. But it's an amazing ship, first of all. And that first picture is my favorite.
I think it's partly the fact that that's curved.
Yeah.
There's a curve to that section in front of the bridge. That's what makes that, especially that one red line, look off.
The pylons look a little bit wider than I remember them being in the show. The warp nacelle pylons.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm wrong remembering them a certain way.
Yeah. I got, I started off as a kid making those plastic models with the tester's glue, and I got really good. I was doing the whole paint jobs and like heating up a pin to put some depth into the gun barrels and things like that. I got really good at it. I'm thinking about going back and starting that up again.
Oh,
I'm gonna see if I can find a shot of. I'm gonna see if I can find a shot of that guy with his Orville model. It's from older videos, so it's gonna take me a minute.
Yeah. I always wanted to build a modern U.S. Navy fleet, but I can't find. You can't find all the ship types, and I want it to be all the same scale.
Have you tried going to a specialty model shop? Or what you could do, Indy, is get a 3D printer. That way you could design your own and just print them out.
Problem is, you have to know a lot of details to make a 3D model of these ships, and you can't get the blueprints.
Oh, you don't have the clearance for that anymore?
You can't get them anyway. Even if I did, I only ever had a secret clearance. I never got a top secret clearance or anything.
So what are the different clearances in the for the? I know there's top secret and classified, but that's about it.
There's no clearance at all. There's secret and there's top secret, and I don't know what else. I don't know of anything else beyond those.
classified and Black Ops probably.
Yeah. So I just don't know. I never had the need. I did not have the need to know, so I didn't know.
So the ship you were on, that was a frigate, right?
Yeah, it's a frigate. If you
Yeah. Is that pretty much a battleship you order from Wish?
it's not even that. It's not even close. Oh my gosh. Let me
Oh, so
see.
it's a destroyer that you order from Wish.
Yes, there you go. That's much more like it.
Oh, yeah, Thomas, I forgot about that. There's also Quantum Secret.
Yeah, there's
That's the
quantum
uber
secret.
duper stuff. The president doesn't even have access to that.
Yeah. Hang on a second. Well, I'll see if I can find a picture. Oh yeah. And we'll do this.
Oh.
I'm still looking for a picture. Hold on a second.
I'm just tired.
You're pretty popular there, Gorilla.
We're
What?
both looking for pictures at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just tired.
you're
I stayed up
popular
too late
guy.
last
Oh.
night, but I was engaged in that whole messing with Kermit there last night. I was invested in there. Plus, I was playing Minecraft too. So
I didn't realize this. The ship type that I was on, one of them was named the USS Kirk.
the
That's
perk.
Kirk, like
Kirk?
Captain Kirk. That's funny.
Oh shoot. Oh, I think I'm gonna watch Assimilation tonight. There's
Oh, you don't want to be disappointed, so just don't watch it.
I gotta watch it just so I know what the hell people are talking about because I got 4 review videos to watch, that talk about it. Because once
You can read my review, which I published online.
Okay, so now I've pasted an image of the ship that I was on in the private chat.
Okay.
Let me look here.
Yeah, so that's a destroyer that you order from Wish. Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. That's
It looks
exactly
like the
what
numbers are photoshopped on later.
it is.
What?
You're funny.
That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
But I've got did you like to have being on one of those smaller ships, or would you prefer to be on like the one of the carriers that have like 5,000 people?
Hey, no. Carriers suck ass. First of all, you have to be a second-class petty officer before you ever get to stand watch in your actual discipline. Because there's so many of you on board the damn ship, and then the food
To do what? To do what? You have to what? I didn't hear that. What did you have to do?
You have to be a second-class petty officer. You have to be an E5 before you can even stand watch in the specialty that you're a specialist in. Because there's so damn many people on the carrier. Then the carrier has no like, how do I put it? It's not fun being in it. It's not. You don't get the sense of movement on a carrier that you do on a frigate. I'll put it that way. In weather.
Have you actually got to be on a carrier?
No, I wouldn't want to be on a carrier. The food is terrible.
You didn't even get to go like look at one then.
Yeah, I've seen them. I mean, we refueled from one.
No, but you didn't get to actually go tour one.
No, I wouldn't want to. They're boring. They are boring as fuck. Well, sorry for my language, but
Hey, no, yeah, I'm not gonna yell at you like Salty does on that. I've been swearing. If you haven't noticed, I've been swearing all stream.
they you can't feel the sea underneath your feet because they're so damn big. So in heavy weather, they barely move. They're not lively under your feet. You know what I'm saying? I love that. I love being in heavy weather because you're like rocking back and forth and rolling, and it's just if you don't get seasick, and I don't, it's a hell of a lot. It's like a carnival ride if you're on a small ship.
Or is it the elective because it felt like a carnival ride, or you just like some of the seamen just sitting there puking their guts out because it's rocking so bad?
No, I like it because it's like a carnival ride. The food on a carrier is terrible because you cannot continue to scale up the recipes and get the same results. You can't go out onto the weather deck because it's flight ops all the time. So you can't even go outside on a carrier. What else? What else is really suck ass about a carrier? Oh, and you can get you almost definitely have rats. It's like you're guaranteed to have rats. On a small ship, you can take you don't have that issue.
Why would you have rats on a ship? They live. Why would that be?
Well, because you're clean enough on board a smaller ship. You keep the ship clean enough, whereas on a aircraft carrier, it's so big, you can't do daily maintenance.
Why would there be rats out at sea?
Huh?
Why would there be rats? You're out at sea.
They're looking for food on the ships. Have you seen Titanic there? Well, in the lower class said if this is the direction the rats are going, it's good enough for me.
Why would there be rats? That's what I can't figure out.
They get on board. They get on board while you're in port, and then they breed.
Those annoying rats.
Yeah,
and they can get around. They can get around almost anything. You put rat guards on your mooring lines, but some of the ones that are better, some of the more agile ones can get around those things.
or just walk right up the little ramp that leads to the door to get onto the ship.
Yeah, that's called Yeah.
They come on in port, according to Thomas, and he wants to be on a PT boat. What's a PT boat?
Torpedo patrol.
Oh, so kind of like what the Iranian Navy or they can classify as that uses, huh?
Yeah, they're fast attack boat. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I would love that, Thomas. I think that would be really cool. Except you can't go out on long patrol. You can. That's the only problem with a PT boat. You can't be out to sea for a long period of time.
The only thing I know about a PT boat is, damn, they're the hardest to sink. There's only 2 pegs on a PT boat. And I'm like calling out B6, B7, B8. I can't sink one. Yeah, I just spend all day trying to sink the damn PT boat.
Yeah.
So much easier to sink the aircraft carrier. Yeah. It just doesn't work, man. It's like, where the heck is your PT boat?
Yep.
Oh, I got it. I got a hit.
All right. Cool. Good job.
C4. I told you I'd get it.
Oh, you're playing Battleship now?
Yeah. I still have to watch that movie.
I didn't think I heard of it. I don't even know if I've heard of it.
But Thomas, being on a frigate was fun. It was, and you got to do your job. That was the big thing. You get to do your job. I wasn't even a petty officer before I was standing my own watch in navigation. I was like a seaman recruit. No, not a seaman apprentice.
Yeah, but when the shells start flying, though, I bet you'd rather be on the carrier. It'd be a lot harder to sink the carrier.
Not really. I mean, the whole point, the carriers have no protection. At least on a frigate or a destroyer, you've got guns, you've got the R2D2 weapon system.
I thought those were on carriers. I thought I'd seen them demonstrated on carriers.
They might have those. Yeah, they might have a couple of those. That's true.
Because I seen them having computer operated tracking guns, and they're like shoot off like 1 million rounds a minute. I actually seen that during the Ukrainian. I'll have to give that one Russian pilot props, because I was watching one of those computer guided rail guns that shoots off like 1 million rounds in like one burst there.
Yeah.
And this gun shot off like three bursts at a Russian plane there. He managed to evade all 3 bursts. And then I seen something like flares or something come out of the back of his plane, but then he took off like a bat out of hell on the third.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, he took off like a bat out of hell after the 3rd burst.
Yeah.
But I was like, that's some damn good piloting skills there. And
seriously, yeah.
And Tom says the carrier is a primary target.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is.
That's what. One of the stories that turned out to be false because the people actually survived on it, though. One of my favorite stories coming out of the Ukrainian war was, when the Russians told the 13 soldiers to surrender on the island, they just sort of like, Russian warship, go fuck yourself. Then but that turned out they actually might be alive. That might have been, it's either propaganda or they survived or something. But I'm actually surprised no one's wrote a song called that yet.
Yeah.
I'm actually very surprised.
Yeah.
The Ghost of Kia, that was a false story too. With the thing that some guy shot down 6 Russian planes in one day, that was false propaganda.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, those guys don't have an air force, do they, in Ukraine?
Well, I thought Poland was giving them like 70 MiGs or something, but I don't know whatever happened with that because everybody suddenly stopped talking about it.
Oh, I saw a headline today that said Americans are to give the Ukrainians anti-aircraft artillery or something like that they've purchased in secret. It's like, how is it a secret if you just announced it to the world?
Yeah.
Hey, changing the subject slightly, what is your favorite episode of Star Trek?
In a Pale Moonlight.
It would depend on it would depend on what is going on in the episode, because you can have a favorite episode that is character centric. You can have a favorite episode that's ship centric. You know what I mean? You could have favorite guest star.
You can have a favorite Pew Pew episode.
Or one episode from each series. What is your favorite?
I can't. Okay, so.
Go by your classifications there.
Balance of Terror and Doomsday Machine are tied.
That's fair enough.
The Survivors in TNG.
Really? It's a good one.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great. Oh, I love that.
Survivors. That was which one was that again?
That's where they come upon a planet that has been attacked, and there's only a 2-acre parcel left on the planet.
I remember now.
Love that episode.
It's interesting how quick Picard caught on to something that was going on, and although he didn't know exactly, he was quick to know something fishy was going on.
Yep. DS9. Off the top of my head, Trials and Tribulations. Star Trek Voyager would be the Fear episode. Enterprise. It might be the one where they find the people who were taken from Earth in the 1880s.
Oh, really? North Star? Yeah, that's a good one. If I had to name one just off the top of my head from each series, from the original series, Ultimate Computers shot straight up for me. I never even saw it until a couple of years ago. I really loved that episode. From TNG, if I just had to name one off the top of my head, Frame of Mind, probably my favorite.
Frame of Mind, which is that's the one where Riker is in a play, but then he's not in a play.
Yeah, I love it. Love the Inception feel pre-Inception. It was great. I thought it was really creative, and even now it's disconcerting. From Deep Space Nine, if I had to name one right off the top of my head, I mean everybody names In the Pale Moonlight, which I love, but there's a part of me that just loves either Rocks and Shoals or Necessary Evil. They're tied for me.
Yeah. Hey, John, United, is that the one where they got all 4 species to gather 100-some ships to take down that hologram ship that the Romulans were using? So I think that's one else.
Yeah.
But
Rocks and Shoals is the one where they're on this planet and the Jem'Hadar are stuck there, and they realize that they gotta kill the Jem'Hadar even though they don't want to.
Yeah.
Really love that, and I love the location photography. And Ramada Khan comes in, and he's one of the most compelling Jem'Hadar characters. He's the most compelling Jem'Hadar character I've ever seen. He's great. Just absolutely. Such a fantastic performance, and I love the shorthand of the episode. You rarely see Sisko giving an order, but you know what order he did give because it usually happens off screen. The episode is just cuts through all the unnecessary dialogue and just puts just really the good stuff on the screen.
Yeah.
From Voyager, Timeless is my favorite episode, but it followed by The Cloud, which I really like as well. And then Enterprise, I love the Andorian incident so much. I just think it's a lot of fun.
There's it's not the Andorian incident, but one of the Shran episodes where they're in the I think it's testing ground.
Oh, proving ground.
Proving ground.
Yeah. Anything with Shran is good. Is so good.
Honest to God, I love it when he comes in and he's like, "We're the Andorian Mining Company, and we're screaming for this."
You're missing out on Archright. Don't ever cross the Andorian Mining Consortium. He's completely overdoing it. And Archer's is like, what is he talking? It's almost like it turned into a spoof film for that.
Well, that's because the only reason that worked is because it's Jeffrey Combs.
Yeah, Archerite,
Yeah,
Archerite.
You don't want to miss on the Archerite. I'm telling you, you're going to.
All right. You guys want to hear my list there?
Yeah, of course. That's why I asked.
Yeah, for TOS there, I would have to say Wade Eden. For TNG, I would have to say Code of Honor. For DS9, I would have to say Move Along Home. For Voyager, my absolute favorite would be Threshold. And then for Enterprise, it's the very last episode there. I can't remember the name. The one where Tucker dies.
These are the Voyages. Dude, you're the best. Salty needs to promote you. Salty needs to promote you.
No, but in all seriousness, I would have to say, for TOS, it'd have to be Thomas is unsubscribing, and so for seriousness, TOS,
You earned it, man. You earned it on
or Balance of Terror. For TNG, I would say like Best of Both Worlds, Q Who, or Tapestry, or Inner Light. It's kind of all mixed there. I like them all.
That Darmok is good too.
Darmok. I'm gonna switch it. This is Darmok. Darmok's my favorite.
Okay.
For DS9, it would be In the Pale Moonlight. For Voyager, that would be Scorpion Part 1. And if I have to throw in Scorpion Part 2, it's just the curves on the Borg 7 of 9. The only Borg to ever have curves, I'll tell you that right now. And then for Enterprise, I'm not sure on Enterprise, to be honest.
Okay. Oh, and TAS and Lower Decks. Let's see. What would I pick for Lower Decks?
I don't know. Lower Decks it's so ridiculous. It's good.
Probably Lower Decks would be my pick for Lower Decks.
Yeah, I can't pick a favorite
just
episode.
The board right there at the end.
Yeah. Well, I've only seen the first.
Around.
I've only seen the first. Oh yeah, that's right. The Andorian Consortium runs with them. My favorite episode that I've seen, and I've only seen the first season, is the one of the Packlids. The last episode of the first season. I thought that was pretty brilliant. I have not seen. If I had to pick Discovery, my favorite episode would be it's called New Eden, which is not perfect, but it really felt like Star Trek. If I had to pick Picard, it's either Nepenthe or Stargazer, or maybe Maps and Symbols. I liked a lot as well.
Yeah. John says this is the 3 ships for Lower Decks. Like Lower Decks, I can't really say I have a favorite episode, but my favorite moment is Red Alarm, Red Alarm, Red Alarm.
And from Orville, I'd have to pick either Sanctuary, Lasting Impressions, or maybe Krill.
Well, with
Star Trek, I don't care. It's Star Trek to me. It's got all the people.
Sure.
Well, the Orville, that one episode, I think it's episode 7, it hit the nail right on the head there with the up and down badges where, people give you an up if they like you, or they can give you a down, and if you reach so many down, they basically lobotomize you.
Yeah, that's a scary episode.
It hit it right on the head. That's what's happening now, especially when they're.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah,
that's what Star Trek used to do so well. Is the allegorical stuff? I love it.
Yeah, and that was a very Star Trek like episode. That very topical and well written, and they don't change everything, but they do change one person.
Yeah.
At the end of the episode, she's like, I'm not going to vote on any of this right now. I'm just going to put the badge down.
That's exactly the way Star Trek used to tell a whole story in 40 minutes and then usually end an episode with something that makes you think. And maybe not everything changes like you're saying, but just something happens that gives you a little bit of hope. Star Trek used to do that all the time, and now you sit through 40 minutes and the only thing that happened is nothing. Like I sat through the last episode of Picard and I'm like, it just went through the motions. It was just, it's fine, but it went through the motions. And whereas Star Trek used to tell a whole story from beginning to end and really have you think. I love their version of Lawyers. He gets onto the planet and he's like, I'm going to help you with your apology tour. And he's like, what the heck is that? But it makes total sense. It's a strange, whatever they're dealing, the culture. It makes total sense.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like you're guilty. It's already been decided.
You're just apologizing. It's like what you do on
now
what you do when you get put in Facebook jail. You spend your whole once you get out of Facebook jail, you're trying not to do anything offensive, and that's exactly what they do on the apology tour.
I got fact check you, Mercer. I don't step on toes when I get out of Facebook jail. There's a time 5 minutes after I got out, I was back in Facebook jail.
But you know what I mean? Like it's just this whole mentality.
Oh, I guess it could be the first stream me and Indy did on the Enterprise there. What do we do? Spend half of that there going, we're sorry, YouTube overlords. We apologize. This is a joke.
Yeah.
But I think this comment's meant for you there, Mercer. Identity Part 2. He's that's Thomas's favorite.
Oh, it's a good one. It's a really good one. I love the Top Gun stuff in that episode.
Yeah.
When he's like, "Walk in the park, Kazansky," and then he does that little Iceman movement thing with his mouth.
Yeah, he bites. Yeah. He does this bite movement and clicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys understand this comment here? The Empire of Planets is love. Yeah, I don't recognize that.
Don't recognize that one either. Let me think. Though I don't know if it's my favorite, but one of the Orville episodes that sticks out to me is Kelly and Ed get kidnapped and are put in a zoo.
Yeah, I love that.
Okay, that's the second episode, ain't it?
I really love their conversation about like some event that they went to, like when they were like drinking a little bit. They start talking about going to the opera. I love that conversation.
Yeah. And then Isaac comes along with his with the Chilean.
Yeah.
Okay. I get what Simon's saying. It's the mirror episode. They're in Enterprise there when they go with when they turn into the Terran Empire.
Yeah.
God says Simon isn't feeling well. I googled what he was talking about there, and that's what's coming up as the Imperial Commonwealth of Planets or the Imperial Union of Planets.
Okay.
Are you guys gonna watch the new version of the motion picture coming out in a few days?
I didn't even hear about it.
On Paramount Plus, they're going to debut it. I think April 4th. A brand new version of the motion picture is going to debut on Paramount Plus.
Or are they going to cut out the 20 minutes of shit porn in that movie and call it a remake?
I don't know how it's going to be different. They never released it before.
Dr. Floss tried to kill the EMH. When did he do that there, Thomas?
The episode is called Home from the second season of Orville. Both doctors are in the episode.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That
was a really freaky episode. That episode takes a turn for the dark really fast because you think it's just a lighthearted story, and then when you realize that he's gonna torture this guy, you're like, wow.
Yeah.
Wait, are you talking about the one where they go rescue the Denobian miners?
No.
We're talking Orville.
Yeah.
Orville.
Yeah.
Both Robert Picardo and I forget who played Flogs. They guest starred in the Orville where Tala, I think her name is Tala, has to come home.
Saleya.
No, not Alara. Alara, would you?
Alara.
Yeah.
I don't know where I got Saleya from.
Yeah, Alara has to come home because her bones are getting brittle and stuff.
Oh, okay. I remember this episode. I remember it now. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, that was a good episode. I did love that.
And you realize halfway through they have both these guys that play the doctors on Voyager and on Enterprise. They're not friends with each other, but you think they're going to get along, and then you realize that they don't.
Yeah.
So I just looked it up. The director's edition hits Paramount Plus on April 4th, which is a brand new version that no one has seen before.
Okay. I see where my mistake was there, John. Thank you for correcting me.
Yeah.
Thank you for being an honest fact checker, unlike what we get on Facebook. But that's a different song.
But ask John DeMarco what planet he's from with that beard.
He's from Planet Florida.
I figured out what planet he comes from. Does he have
that episode of the Orville? That's another good allegorical episode, because it's like you have this one doctor who denies another doctor's son entrance into the university or whatnot, based on the fact that his research wasn't good enough.
Yeah,
and that's something that happens in real world too. Especially these days, it's like people are getting, denied.
Peer review is still important,
Yeah. John's from Planet Florida. It is a very strange place.
That's hilarious.
But Billingsley gives I think Billingsley is awesome. I saw him in a movie called Man from Earth. Did you ever see that one? It has Tony Todd, Billingsley, William Catt. It's like a science fiction movie, but it's set in one cabin. Very good movie.
I actually watched it recently because it was written by Jerome Bixby, who was who wrote one of my favorite TOS episodes, Requiem for Methuselah.
Requiem for the Martians. You ever see Free Enterprise when his girlfriend says, "You like that show with that stupid episode, Requiem for the Martians?" Which, by the way, that movie was directed by Robert Meyer Burnett, who has his own channel. I don't know if you knew that. He directed that movie.
That's pretty cool. Anyway, guys, I got to get some sleep.
All right. Hey, well, I got everybody here.
Where do you buy sleep?
What do I mean by sleep?
No, where do you buy it? You got to get it. Where do you buy it from?
The Sandman.
Yeah. Hey. Okay. Since I got a couple people here, and I got people in the chat here, on Thursday I'm turning into defensive Thursdays, where I defend a bad episode or a bad movie. Which episode do you guys want me to defend on Thursday?
Code of Honor.
Code of Honor. Oh, I knew I should have.
Code of Honor is the episode to defend, man. That's like Amok times 10. It's so awesome.
All right.
Turnabout.
Has anybody got any other suggestions, or do I got to defend Code of Honor?
There's a bunch of Code of Honor first.
Yeah, Code of Honor. Turnabout Intruder.
Yeah, but Thomas, this new version is different than the director's edition that was out on DVD. Yeah. This is apparently a brand new cut.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess I should reach out to Life with Matthew. See if he'll hop on with me on Thursday before Jepnerdy there, and I guess I'll be defending Code of Honor. Oh fuck!
Gosh, good night.
Oh fuck!
You gotta get somebody to change the rule on Jeopardy. You gotta get somebody to change the rule on Jeopardy so I can buzz in as soon as I read the question.
Yeah, but that's unfair to the people.
Yeah, but it's awesome.
Yeah.
Not unfair if I read the question before they do. Part of the game.
You're right, Thomas, but I defended Threshold last Thursday, so if you haven't seen that one, I defended Threshold. But
have a good night, guys.
I should get Life with Matthew to see if he'll defend Code of Honor with me. But I think I'll streaming Wednesday if Mike Shriver's feeling well, because me and him were gonna sit there and review the 100. Did you want to join us on that one, Mercer?
If I'm around, no. Wednesday, usually my friend comes over and we geek out and watch movies. So if he doesn't come over, I'll be on.
Okay, we're gonna do we'll be reviewing the first episode of the 100 on Wednesday.
Then you mean the TV show? You mean the TV show?
Yeah,
Oh, the
the
only
TV
thing I watch that show for the chicks.
Well, there you go. You could talk about the chicks on Wednesday.
That's if I'm around. I can't promise you that I'm going to be around.
Yeah. Oh, we'll be good.
William
I'll figure
Shatner's
out a way
birthday.
to defend. I'll figure out a way to defend Code of Honor here, Thomas. But
Well, Code of Honor is going to be awesome. It's good, so
uh,
good.
oh man, this is gonna be a fun one to try to defend. So you're gonna be coming on there on hey. You're gonna join me on Thursday, Mercer, since you suggested it.
Yeah, I'll try to make that, but just
I'll set the stream for 7 o'clock. It could be 8 o'clock your time. There, but
it's all about that the Code of Honor and Jeopardy. I guess Jeopardy's going to happen.
Yeah, and since there's no movie night on Friday, I
Why
figured
not?
I'd host a watch party. And
Why
I
is
think
there no movie night?
something life event, yeah, something going on.
Oh man. Okay.
Threshold or sexist. Threshold is lizardist, but no. So I think we'll watch Atomic Twister on Friday there, since I can't get salty to watch it. But for since April's coming up and April's Tornado Awareness Month, what better than watching a tornado hit a nuclear power plant? So I think we'll do that on Friday. I got Resolute German said he'd show me how to work Cosme. So, but you got anything else?
I'll talk to you soon. What's that?
You got anything else?
No, I'm gonna get going, but there's good chatting. Have a good one.
Yep. So I think I'm gonna end it there. If you haven't checked out John DeMarco's channel, he has a bunch of really great videos. Especially he did a good one showing a lot of the torpedo shots here. Norman Dixon, he does some good in-depth theories on stuff he does. Thomas, I believe he has Minecraft stuff on his channel. Cinnabon, do you have stuff on your channel? Wasn't quite sure. I think I haven't gotten to checking that one yet. There. Who else was in?
Hey, did you watch the Batman yet?
No, not yet. And Resolute Germ, he said he's gonna do a face reveal and karaoke there if he gets to 300 subs by April 1st. So if you haven't subbed to Resolute Germ, sub to him. He hosts a watch deal Saturday morning cartoons. Some really fun cartoons on Saturday, and then Tuesdays he hosts a watch party. The Gap Stargate, he has a bunch of shorts there. So of all of his action figures he's collected and a bunch of different stuff. We also got Professor Brain Specs. He hosts Question Trek, which is a lot of fun. And you really got to know your Star Trek there, or your history with R&R, which really in-depth history. A lot of the stuff you don't really hear about. And
John,
I believe that's
Threshold is a masterpiece.
Yeah, do you got anything on your channel, Mercer, that you want to promote?
Nope.
Yeah, I think that was everybody that was in the chat.
Nope. I don't do my channel yet. I write. That's all I do. Write books.
Yeah.
My next book are reached on Amazon. Yeah. Enjoy it.
And John says there's a lot of horses on Cinnabon's channel. I thought Cinnabon would have a bunch of bunnies.
By the way, I'm actually Batman.
I'll see if I can find the Batman here one of these days, and then we can talk about it. Alrighty, I think with that, I'm going to end it. Have a great night, everybody, and just remember to be a gorilla.